Hi, it's Caitlin and I am back with my October polish pickup swatch video. This month is all about natural phenomena and I am very excited for you to see all of the gorgeous polishes that I have to share with you. There are some really beautiful colors in here, and as always, like every month, the nail polish creators just knock it out of the park by picking an incredible inspiration and then creating something even more beautiful for our nails. This pre-order will run from October 4th through the 7th. I will include the specific times at which the shop opens and closes down below in the description, but that's enough talking from me. Let's just get into the nail polish. Hold onto your hats. We are starting with Bee's Knees Lacquer, FV's 273 fish in particular. If you've been around the polish pickup for a couple years or Bee's Knees Lacquer, then you'll know this is a reference to a similar meme that they used as inspiration several years ago. So this one is a moody purple with strong gold shimmer and a scattering of light reflective glitter. Now this polish has a very sheer formulation, which I adore, and it does build up really nicely with that very intense shimmer. It does obscure the nail line quite a bit. I will also note that the reflective glitter is very sparkly but very sparingly used, which makes this very easy to apply. It's just this gorgeous finish with these hints of sparkle from the reflective glitter. I don't love when reflective glitter is like used in copious amounts, that it turns the polish into a textured mess. This is not the case. Beautiful formula, built up in 3 coats with top coat, and you're going to see just how shifty this is. I am going alphabetically, and this one is Bluebird Lacquer, cloudy with a chance of rainbows. This polish is inspired by the rare rainbow in a cloud that only forms when the clouds are very thin and there are ice crystals present. This is described as having hollow flakes with a rainbow of pink, green, blue, and orange microflakies with a light sky blue base and a subtle pink shifting shimmer. This has a beautiful formula. It has great opacity in 2 coats, and it really does have a rainbow of colors in there. Lucy did a beautiful job with this polish. I will recommend glossy top coat. It does dry down dull, and this has a really pretty holographic effect. You can see the rainbows in the little blurred shot, and unfortunately I haven't had a lot of sun, so I didn't get to capture this with sunlight, but hopefully you can see the beautiful color shifts in here. This is a beautiful polish. It definitely does have a holographic effect in the sunlight. It's not linear, it is scattered, but if you're familiar with the shattered hollow finish from Bluebird Lacquer, this is adjacent to that, and just really beautiful, very wearable, and again, the formula is perfection. Bluebird Lacquer is also gracing us with a No More Uglicles Cuticle Balm. Now this one is scented in rainbow clouds. It has a blend of pineapple, lime, lemon, and orange with a hint of vanilla cream. This is such a beautiful fruity scent. It's not overpowering, it's not overly strong. It's honestly like kind of natural, but very delicious and sweet. This product has shea butter, avocado butter, aloe butter, jojoba oil, fractionated coconut oil, apricot oil, and calendula wax. It absorbs nicely into the skin, as you can see, and a little goes a very long way. Next up we have by Danny Vianna, and Daniela was inspired by the Abraham Lake in Alberta, which is in Canada for anyone who doesn't know. This is inspired by the lake when it's frozen in the winter. It traps the methane bubbles within the water, and it honestly looks exactly like this nail polish. You should Google Abraham Lake in Alberta, and you'll see what the lake looks like, and this nail polish looks exactly like it. So these bubbles are created by the decomposition of organic matter in the bottom of the lake, and the bubbles rise naturally to the surface. With the lake frozen, they become trapped within the water. So this polish has a sheer light blue jelly base with a mix of matte and satin dot glitters. This is phenomenal. As you can see, the application is actually really easy. I kept the bottle upside down for like 10 minutes before I did my application. You get a ton of these glitters out, and the jelly formula is so pretty. So I will recommend using a glitter top coat. I'm using Cuticula Quenched as a first layer of top coat. So what you do is you apply this, let it dry for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to go in with a quick dry top coat, and what that will leave you with is a practically gel-like finish on your nails, with the glitter being totally encapsulated. Very, very smooth. Yes, this polish will be difficult to remove, but honestly, I think it's worth it. I am obsessed with this polish, and I really love it. Here we have Chameleon nails. This one is called Sunset Bliss. This nail polish is a thermal, and it goes from a mulberry when cold to a aqua when warm. It has hues of magenta and blue when transitioning, and it's filled with iridescent flakes in orange to pink and black. So this polish, I will note, has a very low cap of only 250 bottles. I just want to flag that. Valerie could increase the cap, but if her supplies don't arrive in time, she won't be able to. So if you like this one, set your alarm for 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 4th, because you don't want to miss it. It might not come back, so just flagging that for everybody. And you can see that this has a beautiful formula, great coverage in 2 coats. Thermals do tend to dry a little bit matte, so definitely use a glossy top coat. This won't be difficult to remove, and 1 layer of top coat will smooth it out completely. I personally love this in the dark shade. Here it is transitioning to warm. And here you can see it in its warmest state on my nails. It's a really, really pretty shade of aqua that lets those flakes really pop out. So first you're going to see it cold, and then you're going to see it hot. Next up we have Cuticula Blue Lava. And Cuticula found inspiration in blue lava, which is a phenomenon that occurs when sulfur-rich gases burn in oxygen-rich air. It creates an electric blue flame that looks like lava. This is a charcoal jelly base filled with blue to aqua shifting glass flakes, orange to gold shifting glass flakes, and black flakies. I'm going to be totally shameless right now, and I am going to link in the cards and plug my limited edition collaboration collection with Cuticula. We did a 6-piece collection inspired by our mutual love of SpongeBob, and it's only available for pre-order, I think, until October 5th. If you haven't, I will link the video and swatches of that collection in the cards. I'm so proud of it. Amanda did an incredible job with that collection, as she did with this polish. So just wanted to put that on your radar if you happened to miss it. So I will recommend Blue Lava in 3 coats. It does dry down texture due to all those flakes, but 1 layer of glossy top coat will smooth it out. I am of course using Cuticula Limitless, which is my favorite top coat, and this one is just so interesting and pretty and unique. Yeah, I don't see a lot of polishes with this color combo. Now we're going to take a look at Garden Path Lacquers Told the Northern Lights to Keep Shining. This is a grape purple base filled with magenta holographic micro glitter, blue to green aurora shimmer, and holographic micro flakes. Now this one is inspired by the Northern Lights that Karen was able to see from her home in Northeast Ohio just this past May. I cannot stay up late, and maybe that might be one of my biggest regrets in life, which isn't huge, thankfully. It's that I didn't just bite the bullet and stay up late to try to see the Northern Lights, because they were visible in our part of the world, and some people I know saw them that were relatively nearby to me, and it just looked like one of the most incredible experiences. So that was my bad, but hopefully you saw them. Anyway, this polish builds up beautifully in 3 coats. It does smooth out with 1 layer of top coat, and the little tiny glitters in there are very, very small. They're not going to provide much texture, and they will not be overly difficult to remove. But boy, oh boy, do they add sparkle to this polish. This is a totally stunning nail polish. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Thankfully the sun was out when I swatched this, and wow, I love the shifts with the sparkle. Our next polish is Glisten and Glow Lightning Strikes, and this is a light dove gray jelly loaded with color shifting shimmers that shift green to blue to teal to purple to pink, and a lightning bolt jolt of hollow flakes. This is inspired by the natural beauty of lightning strikes in the sky on a rainy night. This is a beautiful formula. It does have a bit of a ghostly vibe to it, and I really love how delicate and pretty this one is. It does have the perfect amount of hollow in there. Just adds this really pretty twinkle. I will recommend this in 3 coats. This is going to give you pretty good coverage, but I did mention that it's ghostly, which means it kind of disappears from your nail at certain angles. So if you don't like that, you could definitely layer it. And the other product from Glisten and Glow is their top coat, which is fantastic. It's one of my top coats, and you can pick it up this month. It just does a great job of drying your polish quickly, adding a gel-like shine. It doesn't cause shrinkage, nothing like chipping. It prevents all of those things. It is really a fantastic top coat, so grab a bottle if you're running low. Now we're going to look at Great Lakes Lacquer Great Balls of Ice. And this one is a sandy brown featuring a shimmer that shifts through aqua, blue, and purple pink. Mariah was inspired by ice ball formations that happen on the shores of Lake Michigan. I'm always amazed by how Great Lakes Lacquer, so aptly named, finds like so much inspiration in her local community, living near the Great Lakes. Like, it's just such a really interesting way that after I think 8 years in business, she's still creating polishes inspired by her local environment. And this one is absolutely stunning. It is one of my top picks this month. I personally love the base color. It is perfect for my skin tone. And you know that I'm a big fan of that bluey aqua purpley shift with the shimmer. So can't recommend this one enough. I do also find it interesting that I don't have any nail polishes anywhere between the letter H and O. I just jump from G to P. Anyway, here we have Paint It Pretty polish. This one is called Light Up the Sky, and it is inspired by Aurora Lights. This is a blue base with a shifting shimmer in gold to green to, like, honestly 500 colors, as you're going to see, but it also has a tiny hint of purple in the right lighting, and I am in love with this polish. I love Paint It Pretty polish. I honestly think they're incredibly underrated. This also has a relatively low cap of 250. I would love if you guys went hard and sold this out for Sherry, because I think it is so beautiful and I can't recommend it enough. So again, this is a beautiful polish. It builds up in 3 coats. Definitely use top coat to just further enhance those shimmers. And yeah, I can't wait for you to see the shifts in here because they are plentiful. Now we have Penélope Luz, and this is Divine Sky. It's described as a baby teal magnetic with purple shimmer, and it's inspired by Aurora Borealis as well. This has a beautiful formula. I'm actually quite impressed with the opacity on it. I will show it left on its own with the cat eye magnet and also with the velvet magnet effect. So I am using a neodymium bar magnet, and you get this gorgeous stripe. It really pulls out that pinky shift. And here I'm using a horseshoe magnetic hack. If you are wondering how I got this, check out the FAQ in the description of my video. So here you can see the two different magnetic effects, both beautiful, both highlighting different aspects of the polish, and it honestly does look like the Aurora Borealis on your fingertips. For anyone wondering how it looks unmagnetized, that is what you will see on my pinky. Now we're going to take a look at Phoenix, and Phoenix was inspired by Nichibotsu, and that means sunset in Japanese. So Kelly said I didn't want to just put any sunset. Nichibotsu is an extra strong magnetic with blue, aurora, and its variations are shifts of pink, orange, gold, purple, blue, and green. So again, this has beautiful opacity, just like the last polish. You probably are only going to need 2 coats, and I am going to show it with a cat eye effect on my index, and as well as a horseshoe velvet magnet effect on my middle finger here. I am using Phoenix Lacquer's little velvet effect 3D printed magnet, which I believe you can grab from their store or any of their stockists. It works really well, as you can see here, and I think the winning effect for me with this particular polish is the velvet effect on my middle finger. I just love the way it shows off the color shifts, and I can't wait for you to see them because they truly are phenomenal. And what I'm doing here is just holding the bar magnet over my finger after applying top coat to try to keep that line tight. On my ring finger, I also used the velvet effect, and on my pinky, I also went in again with the cat eye. Here we have Polished for Days Out of This World, and this is using a new ingredient to the brand, and they feel it is truly out of this world. This is a deep teal base with an extremely shifty purple to pink to orange to yellow to green shifting multi-chrome micro flake shimmer. I will not be saying that 5 times fast. This has a lovely formula. It's a really shifty multi-chrome, and I really like it in this deep teal base. It just gives a beautiful effect. The formula on this is fantastic. It had great opacity for me in 2 coats. I did not experience any staining despite it being so deep and rich. It does dry down just the tiniest bit. I don't even want to say dull, but top coat you can see just enhances the shimmer and just creates such a beautiful, special, shifty look. My little tiny fingernails look like jewels. I really love this, and I can't wait for you to see the color shifts. Now we're going to look at Rogue Lacquer. They have the Wave, which is inspired by the Wave, which is a beautiful rock formation in the on the Arizona-Utah border. It's on Rachel's bucket list, and after Googling images, I'm gonna add it to mine. It looks so cool. Now what we have here is a peachy taupe with a strong red-orange shimmer, and this is really unique, really beautiful, and very shifty and extremely glowy. I love this one. It has a beautiful formula in 2 coats, super easy to apply, and like I said, it just kind of glows from within. This is a really special polish, and if you have a skin tone similar to mine, definitely works as sort of a neutral with a twist. It does dry down a little bit dull, so use glossy top coat and you're just gonna have the time of your life looking at all of those shifts. And last but not least, we have Sassy Sauce. They have created Shockwave. This is a blackened indigo with red to orange to purple to pink shimmer and hollow flakes. So this one is super glowy when the light hits it, and it is inspired by a photo of lightning striking. So you will notice that this has like a sheer-ish formula, but it builds up very quickly and very easily. I love the addition of the hollow flakes. Sorry, that was someone driving up my street very loudly. And this is just really, really beautiful. I will recommend 2 to 3 coats. If you go in thicker coats, you might only need 2, but I went thin and I thought 3 was best. It does dry down a tiny bit dull, so I do recommend glossy top coat. And if you love purple, this is a really special polish, so definitely check it out. I truly loved so many nail polishes that I swatched for the October polish pickup. It's going to be hard for me to pick favorites, but I do have a few that I personally think are just worth mentioning. So I am totally over the moon with Great Lakes Lacquer. That polish is so like wearable and pretty and glowy. It's just one of those polishes you can like throw on and just feel like so excited about what's on your nails. It's neutral, but it's not. Amazing formula. Mariah is just an absolute master at her craft, so I can't recommend that one enough. I also want to talk about the Garden Path Lacquers because that's like my dream nail polish. Karen is apparently like in my head because everything she makes I love, especially when it's a pink or a purple or a magenta. So that is definitely one that I recommend if you like the kind of stuff that I like. And last but not least, I have to just congratulate Daniela from by Dani Vianna on creating that polish because it really does look like those ice bubbles on Lake Louise in Alberta in a nail polish. Like it's just such a perfect execution of the inspiration, and despite it having a ton of glitter, being a jelly base, it has a beautiful formula and works so well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these nail polishes in the comments. Let me know what you're planning on picking up, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Bye.